You think you're being responsible. You see that minimum payment on your credit card statement each month, you send in the small amount they ask for, and you breathe a sigh of relief. The account is in good standing, no late fees, you're doing the right thing, right? But what the credit card companies don't exactly advertise in bold letters is that the minimum payment isn't a helping hand. It's a carefully designed trap. That small, seemingly manageable payment is a financial illusion. And that small balance you're not too worried about, it could easily become a 20-year debt sentence. Today, I'm going to show you the hidden math they are counting on you not to look at. The math that turns a few $1,000s of debt into a decades-long burden that can cost you tens of thousands in pure interest. This isn't an accident. It's part of the business model, and it's time you knew the truth. Let's be real. Life is expensive. Things come up. The car needs new tires, the fridge gives out, or maybe you just needed a vacation for your own sanity. You put it on the credit card, telling yourself you'll deal with it soon. Then the bill arrives. You see the total balance, but right next to it is a much smaller, much friendlier number. The minimum payment. Maybe it's just $50 or $120. I can swing that, you think? It feels like the company is giving you a flexible, low-cost way to manage things. And this feeling is completely intentional. Paying the minimum is the smallest amount you can pay to keep your account current. It does protect you from late fees and stops your account from being marked delinquent, which is important for your credit. So on the surface, it seems like the most responsible, low-stress option when money is tight. But this is where the deception starts. The minimum payment isn't designed to help you get out of debt. It's calibrated to do the exact opposite. It's a tool engineered to keep you in debt for as long as possible, extracting the maximum amount of profit from you along the way. That feeling of comfort it gives you is just a mask for a brutal mathematical reality. They're counting on you to see that small number, think it's a good deal, and stay on their treadmill, paying and paying while barely moving an inch. So, let's break down the math they're hoping you'll ignore. This is where the illusion shatters. First, let's talk about interest rates. The numbers in this script aren't exaggerated for effect. In fact, the reality might be even worse. With average interest rates on credit card balances now soaring past 25%, the math gets ugly fast. Let's use a realistic 25% APR for our example. Imagine you have a $5,000 balance. That's not a crazy amount. It could be from a medical bill, a few home repairs, or just life adding up. Your card company calculates your minimum payment. While the formulas are complex, they're often designed to cover the interest you owe, plus a tiny fraction, like 1% of your balance. So, with a 25% APR on $5,000, your interest for the first month alone is about $104. Let's say your minimum payment is calculated to be $125. You pay it on time and feel like you've done your part. But look at what just happened. Of the $125 you sent them, a staggering $104 went directly to paying off the interest. That means only $21 actually went toward paying down your original $5,000 debt. After making a $125 payment, you still owe $4,979. You've barely made a dent. But it gets so much worse. If you only ever pay the minimum on that $5,000 balance, do you have any idea how long it will take to pay off? You're looking at more than 20 years, and over those 2 decades, you will have paid over $10,000 in interest alone. That's on top of the original $5,000. Your total cost for that debt becomes a jaw-dropping $15,000. Think about that. You spend 20 years of your life making payments, and you end up paying the bank double the amount you originally borrowed. It's a slow, silent financial drain that operates right out in the open. So why is this system so good at keeping people trapped? It works on you in 2 ways, mathematically and psychologically. The math, as we just saw, is devastating. Because your minimum payment is mostly eaten by interest, your principal balance barely moves. This is compounding interest working against you. Each month, interest is calculated on a balance that stays stubbornly high, which means the next interest charge is also high. It's like trying to run up a down escalator. You're putting in the effort every month, but the escalator is moving down almost as fast as you're climbing up. The second part is psychology. Credit card companies understand something called anchoring bias. Our brains latch onto the first piece of information we see. When you look at your statement, The minimum payment is displayed prominently. It's a psychological anchor. Your brain sees that small number and thinks, okay, that's the suggested amount. Even if you can afford to pay more, that low number anchors your expectation. In fact, studies have shown that when that number is hidden on a statement, people often choose to pay a significantly higher amount. The companies have built a system where the easiest, most obvious path is also the most expensive one for you. They give you just enough rope to feel in control, but not enough to actually climb out of the hole. They know that as long as you're making minimum payments, you're a profitable long-term customer. Okay, so that's the trap. It's infuriating, right? But the good news is, you can get out of it. We are about to go through the clear, actionable steps you can take, starting today, to break free. But first, if this is clicking for you and you're ready to take back control, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. And if you want to master your financial life, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Your support helps this channel reach and help more people who need to hear this. Okay, enough of the bad news. You see the trap for what it is. Now, let's talk about how to break out of it. It's time to get empowered. Here's your 5-step plan to escape the minimum payment trap forever. This sounds almost too simple, but it is the single most powerful step. Let's go back to our $5,000 debt at 25% APR. We saw that the minimum payment leads to over 20 years of debt and $10,000 in interest. Now, what if you decided to pay a flat $250 every single month? That's an extra $125. It might require some budgeting, but look at the insane difference it makes. Instead of taking over 20 years to pay off, you would be debt-free in about 2 years. And the total interest you'd pay? Around $1,450. By doing this, you would save yourself over $8,500 in interest and 18 years of your life. Every single dollar you pay above the minimum goes straight to the principal, which is your key to accelerating your escape. If you have multiple credit cards, you need a strategy. The two best are the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. With the debt snowball, you list all your debts from smallest to largest balance. You make minimum payments on everything, but throw every extra dollar you can at the smallest debt first. Once it's gone, you get a quick, motivating win. You then take all the money you were paying on that debt and roll it into the next smallest one. This method is fantastic for building momentum. With the debt avalanche, you list your debts by interest rate from highest to lowest. You attack the debt with the highest APR first. Mathematically, this method will save you the most money in interest because you're eliminating your most expensive debt first. Just choose the one you know you'll stick with. If you have a decent credit score, you might qualify for a balanced transfer card. These cards often have a 0% introductory APR for 12, 18, or even 21 months. You move your high-interest debt to this new card. For that whole intro period, 100% of your payment attacks the principal, since you're not fighting interest. It's a powerful way to make huge progress. But here's the catch. There's usually a transfer fee of 3% to 5%. And you must have a plan to pay off the balance before that sweet 0% offer ends and a high interest rate kicks in. Another great option is a debt consolidation loan from a bank or credit union. You take out one new loan to pay off all your credit cards at once. You're then left with a single monthly payment, usually at a much lower, fixed interest rate. If your credit card APRs are in the 20s, getting a personal loan at 10% or 12% could save you a fortune and give you a clear finish line for your debt. It simplifies everything and can make your payments more manageable. If you're feeling truly buried and can't see a way out, there is absolutely no shame in calling for backup. Reputable nonprofit credit counseling agencies can work with you to create a budget and might even negotiate with your creditors through a debt management plan or DMP. This is a structured program where you make one payment to the agency and they handle distributing it to your creditors, often at a reduced interest rate. For some, it's the lifeline they need to finally get free. The credit card minimum payment is not your friend. It's not a helpful feature. It's a business model, a model designed to be confusing, to prey on our tendency to take the easy route, and to keep us paying for years on things we bought long ago. But the moment you understand the math, the moment you see the trap for what it is the moment you get the power to beat it. You don't have to be a victim of this system. By paying more than the minimum, by choosing a strategy, and by using the tools available, you can turn the tables. You can make your payments start working for you, not against you. You have the power to break the chains of minimum payments and decide that your money will build your future, not a credit card company's profits. Take that first step today.